A day that starts with a 3D art will certainly end with a 3D print. A customer gave me this 3D hat art for me to implement the hat in real life. Easy. I threw the hat block dimensions into Blender. I 3D modeled the hat crown mold in just a few minutes. Then I will just use the desk surface for the extra wide flat rim. We will see later how wide it can go with a XXL size crown. Hi, I'm Egya. I'm a hat maker from France. I do hats full-time. Well, I also do sailing full-time. I collect cacti full-time, but hats is what I mainly do full-time. I wish I could be a chicken mom full-time. When I and my husband once had a ranch, I found a big shoebox, insulated it, added a light bulb, and incubated a dozen of chicks all by myself. Since then, I have really strong feelings for everything chicken related. I also find that chickens are the most beautiful and intelligent creatures in the world. By the way, combining chicken and sailing could be my ultimate happiness. Having our own ranch 5 years ago was the reason how I fell for hats. Let me tell you the whole story. As you might know, the climate in the south of France is very particular. We have full-on summer, going almost 10 months out of 12. Being outside all the day and working with the horses and clients who were there for horseback rides meant constantly being under the damaging southern sun, and my skin did not love that. I got myself a straw hat from a local store. It first died during the rain just a week or so later. This is how, without any piece of knowledge, I managed to steam, reshape, and to recover the hat. I worn it for 3 more years at the ranch and beated it up to its another clinical death. Then I stumbled upon it again when leaving the ranch when our business lease was over. And this is when I saw that hat in a totally different light. It had the perfect dust and dirt patina and the natural aging. A modern piece that got such a natural vintage touch. So this is when I started looking into hats to get myself another piece looking as badass as this one, and discovered that aged hats is actually the thing. I could hardly believe my eyes. I ordered a few off-the-shelf wool fedoras and did my best to make them look worn and torn and dirty. I used a shotgun to make bullet holes in them, and I burned them even before I actually knew that that was the thing to do with the hats. The only problem about these hats was that they looked silly on me. The crown was somewhat tiny, the shape was somewhat bad, and all in all, it was not the hat that made me happy or look good. This is how I started looking into hat making craftsmanship. It took me almost a year to fall in love and to master the craft. Hat making has been my full-time occupation since 2020. Now let me explain more about the tailing part. I would really suggest that you stay tuned to the channel, because in 3 years and 1 month from now, I'm planning to buy a huge sailboat and leave sailing around the world. This is where you could potentially get bathing suit content. Why exactly 3 years and 1 month? Well, I hope to be able to tell more about that really soon. Hopefully, even before the end of this year. So stay tuned, as I said, because there might be some interesting changes in my hat maker's life that you may want to know. As to this chicken part. Once I had a tiny breed apartment chicken strolling around the house with a special diaper on. But one fine day, in the morning, she laid me an egg and then died in the evening. And then I had an opportunity to take care of a black tiny chick just a few days old. And when the chick was big enough to integrate a chicken coop of a friend of mine, he did not make it till the evening because he was chased and killed by a dog the very same day. So since I've abandoned the idea of owning a chicken. We are now at the end of the day. Back to the workshop again. The 3D print is ready, and now I will be ready to go and blog that custom hat right away. Just look at the beautiful southern sunset.